welcome back to Fits of Fanny. I'm Jem.
And I'm Sam.
And this week we are going to not procrastinate and just talk about Christmas. We're going to actually talk to you about actual things. So we're going to talk to you this week about why you're not making progress. So especially, I find maybe especially this time of year, progress slows.
Or it starts to slow down.
Or people go, oh, it's nearly the end of the year, I'll wait until January for
and also
one.
people go, it's winter.
It's winter. Which I did last week, talking about going for a run outside, not a chance in hell. I just don't do running in general, but I'm not going outside because it's too cold.
Yet you run outdoor with your boot camps.
Yeah, but I'm wrapped up.
So you won't do it, but you're getting everybody else to do
absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. Of course I will. It's their bloody choice to do it outside. I'm not doing it. Plus, half of the ones that I teach now are in my home studio, so I can sit in the walls with a broom.
No, you're bad. You are bad.
I can sit inside with a broom and just yell. That's literally what I can do.
That is so bad.
I mean, I think it's pretty smart, to be fair, but you know, it's fine. And plus, I just get to wear a lot of beanies, and as we know, I really like a beanie.
Apparently so.
I love a beanie. I will not take the hat off, guys, because otherwise I look like, you know off Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
You know the slimy one? That's what I look like underneath this. Just like all slick down. Do you know what I mean though? That really tickled you.
Because I have just got that image of that slimy monster.
Yeah, exactly. That's me right now.
Brilliant.
That's me. So yeah, guys, a couple of reasons why you might not be making progress. Number one, consistency.
Yeah, consistency drops. I tend to find this time of year for a number of reasons. I always find that the change in weather makes people go into this can't be arsed mood.
Yeah.
Totally get it. And also there tends to be more like nights out and events and Christmas parties that start to creep in.
Yeah.
You've got bonfire night, you've got Halloween, and all of those really great little events that happen this back end in winter, but also hinder consistency.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's not just that you having, that one night off or whatever, it's that it then spills over
into another day or another 2 days. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I have a drink, it's like a 2-day hangover.
Yes, because
I feel tired for 2 days.
Yes, because I have been drinking frequently for the past, however many months.
Yeah, but previous to that.
Yeah, I don't really drink anyway, to be fair. But no, when I have drank, it is like a 2-day hangover, to be fair. So it does, and then you end up, eating a bit more shit and you don't feel like moving as much and things like that. But even just in general, when you're looking at the baseline, and I've had a couple of clients this week who have said to me stuff like, well, I just don't feel like I'm seeing results or whatever. And I was like, yeah, because you've been going for 2 weeks. So it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight. And I've literally had to say, like, how long is it taking you to get to the position that you're in now? Especially some of the ones at the moment trying to do a bit of injury fixing. And I'm like, you've had this for 10, 20 years, so it's not going to take 2 weeks to rectify.
Yeah, no.
And it's about doing it and keeping working at the programs that were set. But also, like, one of the other, and I tend to find this sometimes a little bit more with women, one of them said to me this week, do I need to be taking this supplement or this supplement or this supplement? And I was like, no, you just need to be consistent with what we've been doing for the last 2 weeks for another 6.
Yeah.
Like, consistency is the key in the nutrition and the exercise element.
And I think that people get really like hung up on like, I should be taking this supplement and that supplement. But if your nutrition is correct, you don't need to be getting extra stuff from supplements, because the problem with supplements is that in a lot of them there tends to be a lot of sugar. Yeah. So they zip your calories right up. So protein powders, quite a lot of protein powders, especially whey protein. Yeah. Like a lot of sugar in there because there's a lot of milk in there. So there's a lot of. It's a big hike in calories. Yeah, you'd probably get an extra 20 grams of protein, but actually you could get that extra 20 grams of protein without the added calories from adding a little bit more chicken to your plate.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's stuff like that. Like, I think people get really hung up on that and like, well, I'm not seeing any results and I've been doing this for 2 weeks, or I'm seeing a small result, like, do I need to add this in, add that in? No. Stop.
Literally,
stop.
the exact conversation I've had with a client this morning. Like, oh, do I need to be doing this? Do I need to add this in? Do I need to do this? No. You need to be doing exactly what we've been doing for the past 2 weeks, consistently for another 6.
Yeah.
And then you'll be fine. And that is one of the other reasons why you're potentially not seeing progress. It's not because of the lack of consistency, but because you're giving up too quickly.
Yeah,
you're thinking it's going to happen in the space of 2 weeks, and then when it's not, giving up.
Yeah.
And then that, or going, fuck it, I can't be arsed anymore, and then starting again on Monday. Whereas actually, there's no consistency there. It is much better to be consistent 80% of the time and do what you want 20% of the time, than to try and be 100% perfect only 50% of the time.
Yeah.
Because then it just averages out that you're not actually being very consistent at all. And I don't know about you, but I tend to find as well with clients, some of them, especially the more motivated ones and the ones that are already quite up there with their fitness or their nutrition or whatever, they come to you having nailed one.
But then the other is,
but the other's atrocious.
It's really bad.
So
and you never,
they come to you saying, I'm really consistent with my training, and you go, all right, but what about your nutrition? And they're like, oh yeah, no. And you can't have one without the other.
No, both have to be.
Both have to be there, both have to be consistent, and both have to be present. There's no point going to the gym and training, 5 days a week if you're then coming home and you're not getting enough protein, and you're not getting enough calories in general.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. It's all good and well having your, calories, protein on point, but then if you're not doing anything to shape your body, then don't expect it to change.
No, absolutely.
So yeah, lack of consistency and lack of balance between the nutrition and the exercise.
I think in terms of nutrition, another one as well is like not tracking correctly or tracking properly. So I find this a lot, that people aren't tracking like how much butter they're putting on the toast, or actually how much like grams wise they might be putting jam on the toast, or how much like if they're adding sauces to their plate, like they're kind of being missed. Like they're not being tracked.
No, exactly.
And so they're not tracking or just guessing. So like you do a spoonful of something, you just guess that's a certain amount of grams, and actually there's more grams than you think that are in there. So you're actually over consuming. So not tracking accurately is a big one, like a huge one, because
you do tend to find that as humans you will underestimate massively. So you can underestimate by up to 20%. So actually you're there sitting in a calorie deficit, or what MyFitnessPal is saying from guesstimating, you're in a calorie deficit. Actually, you're probably not. And the other thing is including exercise and steps in your calculation on MyFitnessPal.
Don't do it. Don't put it out. Like, just don't do it. You don't need to do it. Your calories have already been calculated under the proviso, under the assumption that you are going to be getting X amount of steps in a day and doing, for example, 3 workouts a week. It's already been calculated, so that makes me laugh. Like I was having that conversation with, in fact, it might have been Dan at the weekend.
Amazing.
Right? So he was on about something. He was like, yeah, but like I'll have done that workout, so I can eat what I want. I was like, no, it don't work like that.
It doesn't work like
I was
that.
like, it depends what your goal is. I was like, but it doesn't work like that.
No.
It doesn't work like that. Just stop. Just stop.
And the amount I have had to say to people, and it is one of the first things I say when they're
training is what, 10%?
Yeah. And the other thing is, you treat it as a bonus. So if on your calories you're in a deficit, and like you say, when we create that calorie number, that includes the fact whether you are sedentary or lightly active or whatever. So that already takes that into account. You're then adding on extra calorie availability that's not there. The other thing is, and this is sometimes how I like to explain it to make it a little bit easier, MyFitnessPal is inaccurate.
It is very inaccurate.
Yeah, from a calorie point of view. How much we calculate calorie burn from exercise as also inaccurate. And if I sit here and do this, I'm moving my hand, it tells me I've done 10 steps. So your MyZone or your Fitbit or your phone or whatever is also inaccurate. There we go. So by combining all those inaccuracies together, you've got a greater level of inaccuracy.
Yeah.
If you remove some of those from the situation, your level of inaccuracy is a lot better.
Yeah.
So actually, you're getting a lot more accuracy for what you're calculating. So if you are tracking via MyFitnessPal or anything like that, remove the exercise and steps from it. You treat those as a bonus because they're already calculated into the calorie calculation. But also, it's really inaccurate. I guarantee you, if you are 5 foot and I don't know how much I weigh now, but you know, like, I don't know, like 55 kilos or whatever, I am not burning 700 calories in an hour of exercise. No matter what I do, it's not happening in any way, shape or form. Someone asked me,
how amazing would it be if that was
that would be
happening?
insane.
I mean, looking out.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and
This morning I went and did yoga and I put the workout on my Apple Watch because I actually have Vitality Health Insurance and it works off points, right? So
Love
you
that.
get free things for hitting a certain amount of points.
Amazing.
So if you do a workout every day,
Yeah, brilliant.
it doesn't matter what workout it is, it gives you so many points.
Brilliant.
And if you hit 10,000 steps, it gives you so many points.
Love
for
that.
Anyway, so I put the watch on. And there was a woman next to me, and at the end of it, I pressed up and she was like, how many calories have you just burned doing that workout?
I'm like, don't know, don't care.
I was like, well, active calories, 160 something. I was like, but like total calories, like 200 and something. She's like, oh, it's really good that, isn't it? And I was thinking to myself, not really sure why you want to know that.
Yeah.
Because
it's relative.
It's relative, it makes no odds to me. Like, that's working off my heart rate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what your heart rate will have
Yeah.
been doing, so your body might have had to work harder to do what I just did. So we might be in the same workout,
Yeah.
but our bodies might be working at very different levels for that workout. Like,
Yeah.
it just does. It's all relative. Like, my calorie expenditure for that could be completely different to yours.
Yeah, exactly.
And not only that though, but like, I'm not using that
No.
to calculate into anything.
No.
I just want the point.
Exactly. One of my buggy boot campers said this morning, how many calories do you reckon we burn in this? I was like, don't know, don't care.
So that really makes me laugh when you see PTs and like fitness people, fitness influencers and stuff online being like, burn 500 calories with this 20-minute workout. What we will all burn 500 calories.
No, we won't.
Within that
No, we
workout.
won't.
You might burn 500 calories in
Yeah.
that workout, but I don't think I would burn 500
No.
calories in that workout.
So when I used to teach a very popular class at a very popular gym that I recently got kicked out of doing because I disagreed with a certain ruling that happened, and they don't like it when you disagree with them, but what a shame. There used to be at the end of the class like a table, if you will, of, you know, what your heart rate was and peak minutes and things like that. And one of the things that you could see on the display was calories burned.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, women would come up to you more so than men and say, well, why have I only burned 300 calories and so's burned 700? And I'm like, well, because they're a bigger human than you. So they're male, they're, 6 foot and you're 5'2". They weigh 100 kilos, you weigh 65 kilos. So it takes more energy for them to
do the same
workout, but by the same fraction, they will eat a hell of a lot more. So you may eat, let's say for numbers purposes, 1,800 calories and you've burnt 200. So net-wise, you're at 1,600, whereas they might have burnt 700, but they're eating 2,700 a day. So net calories, they're at 2,000 still. So it's all relative. And I think sometimes that's where focusing on the number aspect of it can...
from your caloric burn.
I know, yeah. Especially, so I used to have a MyZone belt, and I used to wear it all the time. And I used to find it actually really demotivating in a few different ways. So, number one, if I forgot it, I was like, well, why am I doing this workout then? What's the point? And I would not work as hard if I did not have that belt on. So
really?
Yeah. So from a consistency point of view,
you weren't consistent.
Wasn't consistent. No. But then by the same fraction, if I was in a workout where you were trying to hit certain numbers with your heart rate and I could not hit them because I was tired, I was underfueled, wrong time of the month, there was an error on the app system, any of those, I just give up. Well, I'm not hitting it anyway, so what's the point? So actually, whereas other people, flip side, will potentially be working 70% of intensity, but this thing saying, oh, well, you're working at 80%, they go, all right, I'll keep going there then, rather than pushing themselves a little bit more.
Yeah, because they already think that they're already pushing themselves.
Yeah, it's one of the main reasons why in my online coaching, I don't necessarily put what weight to lift. I will give like...
No, that's on them. I don't tell them what weight they should be lifting.
Yeah.
That has to be there is a rule in of your last 2 reps, you kind of want to be struggling to get out.
Yeah.
And that's where you would stop.
Yeah, literally. I'll put maybe like
and if you're like breezing through 10 reps at that, and then you can go back straight into another 10 reps, it's not heavy enough, so then we go up a little bit.
Absolutely.
But I don't tell them what weights they should be lifting.
Because as soon as you do, if you say to someone, use a 10 kilo weight,
that's all
they'll use.
And so they'll not push themselves, or if it's too heavy, they'll feel really demotivated because actually you're telling them they should be able to do that, and if they can't, that's not nice. That's not a nice feeling to have. And then it's this whole, why can't I lift that?
Yeah, exactly. And that's potentially another reason why you're not seeing results, guys.
Progressive overload.
Progressive overload. You need to be pushing your muscles week in, week out, or every other week, or on a monthly basis, or whatever. As long as you're progressing over time, because some weeks will dip and some weeks will lift.
Hormones.
But over time, as long as you are progressing your weights that you are lifting, i.e. getting heavier, you are making progress, you are making changes, and your muscles will be forced to change as a result of that. And it's one of the reasons why online training, you end up giving them the same workout for 4 weeks at a time.
Oh, 100%.
For that consistency, but also that they can see, week 1, I was lifting 10 kilo bench press. Week 2, it was still 10 kilos. Week 3, it was 12 kilos. Week 4, I was on my period, so it was back down to 10.
Yeah.
But by week 5, I was managing 14 kilos. So, because then you can see that progress and that track, and I always put in there, go heavier, try and go heavier than last week, try and go heavier than last week kind of thing. If you're going into the gym and picking up the exact same weights that you've always picked up
for like the past 12 months.
Yeah, for the past 6-12 months, it's the Einstein quote, expecting different results by doing the same thing is the first sign of insanity, or something along those lines.
So, quote, so I've always said that repeating the same, insanity, the definition of insanity is repeating the same action, hoping for a different outcome.
Yeah, and that's the same thing. Well, that is the quote.
I was going to say, I've never heard of that.
Mine was just in a backwards way. But you would not expect, and actually I said this to one of my clients today, because he was saying how he was quite tired and fatigued, and it's another one, we're trying to fix some stability elements, and stability, especially when you're fixing stability of muscles and joints, there's a lot of proprioception, which has a lot of brain involvement.
You have to really think about it.
So it's very tiring, it's very energy exhausting. And I said to him, that's why you're tired, because you're using a hell of a lot more energy without you even realising it, just because of the style of training that we're doing. And same again, you're expecting results in 2 weeks. That's not going to happen.
No.
Whereas actually, if you were consistent and we fuel a little bit better, but also we're doing completely different things to whatever's been done before, because what you did before didn't work.
Yeah, so you've got to switch it off.
What you did before didn't work.
No.
So let's do something different and see if that one does work.
Yeah.
Because doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results, insanity. So if you are going into the gym and picking up the same weights that you've always picked up, you're going to get the same results that you've always got.
Yeah.
Flip that, and it is something I always say to my clients, if you can't maintain the process, you can't maintain the results.
Yeah, also.
So a lot of clients, if they came off of some stupid juice diet or whatever, well, I was really slim, when I was 18.
All right, and how old are we now?
I'm 42.
Okay.
And I was on a juice diet, right?
Yeah.
Could you do that for the rest of your life? Also, do you have the same hormones that you had when you were 18? Do you have the same job that you had when you were 18? Do you have kids? No. Okay, you can't maintain the result if you can't maintain the process.
Absolutely.
If you were living off of, it's like bodybuilders and stuff like that. They have on and off seasons because they cannot maintain the result.
So your bodybuilders, when they compete, sit at something like under 5% body fat, right?
Silly.
Like that is not maintainable for your whole year, your whole life. It's not. It's boring as sin. Like honestly, like you're tired, you're miserable, you can't eat what you want. You're in a 5% body fat. I mean, I'm not being funny. I'd like to be a little bit warmer in winter time.
Yeah. Oh my God, you must be like they must be freezing.
So,
get a beanie.
But they have their 16-week, and it is only about 16 weeks.
It's
a
not
16-week
long.
diet of the year. I mean, 16 weeks sounds like quite a long time.
It sounds like quite a long time.
It's not really in the grand scheme of
No.
things. Out of like 52 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
But they'll do the 6 weeks.
I mean, when you're snacking on cucumber, it's a very long time.
But 16 weeks of their diet is their prep for it's their show prep. Whereas the rest of the year then, they're in like their bulking phase.
Yeah. So they're overeating.
To help to try and generate more muscle, which is a real slow process.
Yeah.
So this whole concept of, well, if I lift weights, I'm going to be really bulky. Well, you're not, because I can't tell you how hard it is to build muscle. You're not going to look manly.
No.
Like it's real difficult to build muscle, and you have to be in a very, very, very high calorie surplus and eating a lot of protein.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that time to be able, and lifting a ridiculous amount of weight to be able to build muscle. It's not that easy. I mean, if it was that easy, bodybuilders won't have to be doing the cycles that they do.
Yeah, and they wouldn't be taking the steroids that they're taking.
Also that at the same time.
But that's what, like, women are not designed to be bulky. Like, we don't have the body frame to be bulky.
No,
we don't have the growth hormone or the testosterone to be bulky. We would also have to be eating a cow a day and doing 1 rep maxes all the time. I'm not eating a cow a day. I don't like steak. Why are you giving me something that's mooing? Why are you giving me something that's still mooing?
Steak.
No, I just it's mooing. I can see it. It's like bleating. Or no, that's a sheep.
That's a sheep.
It's like I can see it. Yeah, I don't like it.
But you'll eat lamb.
Oh yeah, I'll eat lamb pink. Not a problem.
So personally for me, I mean, lamb is my favourite, like ultimate favourite, like that would be my choice of meat to have all day, every day, right? Like I would eat lamb.
Yeah.
All the time. If I'm having a Sunday dinner, lamb.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Always, right?
Or chicken, love a bit of chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I do like chicken, but I'd take beef over chicken. Anyway,
don't like
but if you think about a little baby lamb, it's not a sheep, it's a little baby, cute little,
Yeah,
like
still
hopping around. Like cows don't.
I know, but I don't know. I just don't like the taste of it either. I don't like it that it's still moving on me. I don't want that. Yeah.
I don't get the logic, I'll be honest.
It's not an animal thing. It's just a taste thing.
So you just don't like the taste.
I just don't like the taste of beef. Don't like it in any form though, except for mince form. Like I don't like it.
That's my least favourite.
Oh no, I only like it in mince form. Like I would much rather have, like, we get a lot of turkey mince in our house, or
See, I just wouldn't buy mince altogether. Mince, there's something funny about mince for me.
No,
I only like it in a lasagna.
See, I make chicken lasagna.
That's weird.
No, it's really good. It's really good. It's on my Instagram. It's so
really
good. It's so tasty. But no, I don't like beef because I only like meat that's like really well cooked, except for lamb and duck. I'll have those pink love duck. But
duck and orange sauce.
Oh yeah. But you can't have cow that's well cooked because apparently that's just bad. But then I can chew it, I can taste
medium,
and I can taste the iron, and I don't like it. And then even when it's like, oh no, that falls off the whatever, that's really juicy. No, it's not. I can taste the iron. I can't be dealing. Don't like.
My mum can't. Mum has to have her steak well done.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
I don't like beef in a hot pot.
Really?
Don't like beef. I don't like hot pot. Don't like beef in a hot pot.
I've literally just made a hot pot.
I know, I saw that.
Honestly, it is one of my. It is my all-time favourite winter dish, I think.
No, I think also I'm a little bit scarred for life from hot pot because obviously I used to go to Nan's all the time, didn't I, for dinner every single night, and it was always hot pot. And I've always hated the beef in hot pot.
So, yeah.
So to try and drown it out, I used to put shed loads of pickled beetroot, which I still love.
Love beetroot.
But
I literally had beetroot on my hot pot.
Oh my god, I love it. Yeah, but pickled beetroot, so I'll have it on cottage pie or whatever.
Yeah, beetroot goes with everything.
But I used to put loads of pickled beetroot and then loads of ketchup on it. So
brown sauce, got the brown sauce.
So that it didn't taste like the beef. But I can't stand hot pot.
So my other nan, her hot pot is the best hot pot ever. She still does make it. Makes hot pot and used to make like a crust to go with it. But I'll be honest, I never liked the other nan's hot pot.
No.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. There's something to do with the ingredient, but it was never my favourite. It was never my favourite.
I just can't.
Whereas I loved my nan's Sunday dinners. So a hot pot I wasn't a fan of, but Sunday dinners she was really good. Her roast potatoes were on.
Yeah, they were, to be fair. They were never Aunt Bessie's, were they?
No, they weren't. She always made real good
roasties. And Grandad's gravy, you can never beat Grandad's gravy.
I still try and replicate that.
We just can't, can you?
No, he weren't lying when he said it was the way he stirred it.
Yeah, it definitely was. He did. He used to always say it's the way I stir it. It's the way.
It's not. I'll be like, you're gonna have to write your recipe down so that like when you do pass away, that we can like recreate it. And he's like, no, I'm never writing it down.
No.
He was like, it's got nothing. It's the way I stir
it.
You stir it one way this way, and I was like, oh come on, BA, but I actually think